Welcome in, Chiefs Kingdom, to Chiefs Latest, a very special episode of Chiefs Latest. That's right, episode 100. I don't have any confetti, I don't have any fireworks going off in the background, but I do have a fun and action packed episode for you all. Again, welcome into Chiefs Latest. I'm your host, Calvin Silvers. Happy Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week. We're finally there. I'm just so happy to still be doing this after 100 episodes. It truly means a lot. All the fan community that we have built along the way. Again, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of December. But honestly, I think we can reach that goal by the end of November. That's right, 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't already, what are you doing? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and also turn on those notifications because we have daily, that's right, daily videos here at Chiefs Latest, Monday through Friday. Folks, the trade deadline, it's right around the corner. It's coming up very quickly. You don't want to miss any of the news, rumors, or actions regarding this Kansas City Chiefs team. So please help us reach that goal of 1,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications as it not only helps me in the channel, but it's going to help you stay up to date with everything Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we got to talk about an injury that has been hitting the airwaves from Kansas City. It was released on Tuesday that Isaiah Pacheco is going to be dealing with a roller coaster of a week-to-week MCL sprain. We know that he took a fourth quarter leg shot in that 28-7 win against the Commanders on Monday night. And again, I was questioning why the starters were out there at that point. I'm sure you were questioning why the starters were out there at that point. But truthfully, deep down, I needed some more fantasy points from some of those starters. So I'm glad that they were out there at the time being. But of course, after seeing that, I just should have took one for the team and wish that they would have sat out because you don't want to see your running back, one, go down with an injury in a game that you had under your command. Again, week to week MCL sprain. It's another leg injury that he's facing. He had that fractured fibula last season. An injury-prone back is what we're seeing here with Pacheco, and it's just the kind of style that he brings with him. It's brutal luck for him. This season, 4.2 yards per carry, 329 yards, and 1 touchdown. If you want to look at the receiving side, 11 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown. Again, you could argue that's solid, especially for what the Chiefs give him in opportunities. Again, we're more of a pass-heavy team, especially earlier on in the season. We weren't turning to that run game as much at all. So yes, he's steadily improved. The run game has steadily improved week to week. But as a running back one, especially with some of the other dynamic running back ones you see in the league, he's just not getting it cut. It's just not getting done. It's not sustainable long term. He's not a long-term running back one option. The Chiefs even know this. They declined a fifth-year option. So I would think that this kind of makes their offseason a no-brainer now in letting him go. You know he's injury prone. You didn't pick up that fifth-year option. I think this just proves it. So what are your options now? Do you put Kareem Hunt as your running back one? I don't think so. I don't want to disrupt the rhythm that he has as that short yardage back. He's 8 for 9 on fourth downs when it's 2 yards or less. That's the role he thrives in. Yes, he can do the occasional quote unquote explosive play, get you, every once in a while 8 yards on a carry, but that's not his style. And not only that, you can't give him the ball a huge amount. He's only had 10 plus carries twice this season. He's a short yardage back, short yardage king, if you want to go that route. He's not a workhorse. I don't think he can be a sustainable running back option one. So then you turn to your rookie, Brashard Smith. He was showing some promise, 39 yards on 8 carries, 28 snaps in week 6 against the Raiders. Some would say that was like his breakout for the season. So what happens on Monday? 8 yards, plus he had a fumble. He did recover it, but again, a fumble. There might be some trust issues there with the coaches still. He might not fully have the playbook grasp as much as we would like. Again, I think they kind of trust him in the passing game more than they do in the running game. So can he be your running back option one when the trust isn't fully there? Or you don't even have a full season of film on him to know what he's going to do down the road? It's scary. So then you go to Elijah Mitchell, who hasn't had a snap in a meaningful NFL game since Super Bowl 58 with the 49ers. Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's still on the team. He's on the practice squad. But again, those options aren't going to do anything for you. Only Smith is signed for 2026. Pacheco, Hunt, Elijah Mitchell, they're all free agents after this. You might want to bring someone in and keep them long term through a trade. Again, that deadline is November 4th. Chiefs have a $3.5 million cap. We weren't in the running back market heading into Monday. Brett Veach even said, the Chiefs organization even said that they weren't in the market for a running back anymore. They were going to roll with what they had. Well, now this just changes everything. Yes, you can test Brashard Smith against Buffalo and see what he gives you. That's fine. But if he doesn't play well or he can't be trusted, Beach's phone better be ringing and he better be getting some names on that phone. Pacheco's future in KC, it's fading fast, especially after this injury. I get it. It's not ending. It's week to week. He still has a chance to play this season, will likely again play this season. But just knowing that he seems to always attract an injury with him every season, I think that makes moving on from him in the offseason the right choice, the likely choice here. Hunt and Smith, can they hold it down? Sure. But again, we're in trade season, folks. It's open. So let's go ahead. Let's quickly look at some options. I haven't talked about running back trades here in a minute because, again, the Chiefs were saying that they didn't want to go down this route. Well, the Jets, Breece Hall, that has been a name and a team that has been linked with the Chiefs ever since this all came about. The Jets, though, are quote unquote unclear on Breece Hall. Not sure if they want to move on from him. In my mind, and what I'm hearing when a team says that, he's likely on the trade block. They're likely going to move him. Of course, coaches want to make him seem more important than he really is. They want teams to maybe throw a little bit more because the Jets seem like they're going to hold on to him. You know, those kind of tactics. I think that's what they're going here when they say that. 581 rush yards, 5 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns this season. Receiving 19 receptions, 218 yards, and 1 touchdown. He's a dual threat cheat code. Think about it. Brashard Smith is what fans are raving about right now in the Chiefs in the backfield and want to see him incorporated more. This is what Breece Hall is already. He's already evolved Brashard Smith with his dual threat. He's going to be a free agent in 2026. So yes, he could be a rental or an extension and keep him in your backfield for a few years. With the talent that the Chiefs have on this offense, the way that they're rolling right now, Allen doesn't have anything like this around him. They're going to unlock the star in a way that he hasn't yet in his NFL career. There was rumors that Breece Hall was likely a 5th or 4th round, trade piece there. If you wanted him, you're going to have to throw a 5th. You're going to have to throw a 4th if there was some competition. Well, things changed. That was a couple of weeks ago. Braylon Allen's out now. So now the price is really a 3rd round or even a 2nd round pick. Again, that's expensive for a rental, but there is an opportunity for an extension that could lock him in for a couple more seasons to come. But what if the Chiefs want to go more a cheap route? What if they don't want to go all out on Breece Hall and give up more picks and this and that? Well, Jerome Ford from Cleveland is an option that they could look at. 1,463 career yards, 12 scrimmage touchdowns in his career, 101 receptions, 36 rushes, 10 plus yards the last 2 years. This year, though, not impressive really at all. 21 carries, 73 yards. But the Browns are pushing that youth movement. They're going with Judkins. They're going that youth. Ford's available for cheap right now. Again, that might be what the Chiefs want to do. They might not want to go above and beyond here for Breece Hall. Hall is that superstar. Yes, you're going to unlock probably something you haven't seen from him yet in his career. He's good for the long term, but he comes pricier. He's going to cost you likely a 2nd or 3rd round pick. Ford, on the other hand, he's that smart budget flex behind Hunt and Smith. He's going to be that rental through the rest of the season, and you save some money for the future. Again, I would like to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments, which one you would rather go. Do you think it's smart just going above and beyond and just taking the risk on the Hall and spending some of your draft picks and draft capital? Or do you go the cheap route and bring in someone like Ford? Let me know in the comments, but we're not done. We got to continue on with some more news here out of Kansas City. Of course, a lot of rumors right now, just at the time of this recording. Nothing is official, but we're going to talk about it here. The Chiefs, this organization does not make too many mistakes, especially since 2018. I mean, look at all the success that they've had, all the right things that they have done. But that doesn't mean that they, have a clean slate. Doesn't mean that their hands are clean and everything's been sunshine and rainbows here with the Chiefs and Brett Veach and Clark Hunt. No, Mike Pennel, he was cut, and that was a mistake Maybe not a big one in the grand scheme of things, but definitely a big one this season. He was cut at camp. He walked to Cincy. Well, hey, some good news. Some chances to make amends here if you're the Chiefs, because on Tuesday, he was released from Cincinnati. So yeah, the Chiefs fumbled this one earlier on, but hey, a chance to, rewrite your wrongs here. 82 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 4 sacks in Kansas City. In Cincinnati, he had 15 tackles and 1 tackle for loss in 8 games. He's truly a system guy. And in KC, that system unlocked his highest potential, his true ceiling. I wouldn't mind bringing him back because you look at what the depth has. Okay, you look at Derek Nottie, who you brought in. In fact, you let Pennel walk and brought Nottie in, and you had to send a draft pick with that. It's just stupid. But if you look at his PFF grade, 30.2, ranked dead last in his position. If you look at Tillery, 54.3 PFF grade. It's bad. It's not good. It's replacement level at best. So you have no depth there. So Pennel would be an upgrade from those two. Again, not a huge needle mover, but an upgrade at least. Pennel had 3 sacks in 2024 versus 2 prior in 134 games. Again, just in that system, something about being next to Chris Jones, something about working with Spags works for him. It unlocks something in him. It gives out his true potential. And Chris Jones needs some help. He had 0 pressures versus Washington on Monday night. He's being constantly double teamed. And if it's not constantly being double teamed, quarterbacks are getting the ball out faster. It's more quick throws. You make him a non-factor, things happen. He can't be taking 70% plus of defensive snap shares. He's too old for that. You need him to have fresh legs in the playoffs or down a stretch. The good thing here, when you look at Pennel, he's a plug and play. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to cost you any picks. And right now, if you look at what the trade market is, there's some teams sniffing around. It's going to be hard to pull in when you're the Chiefs because even someone like Buffalo's looking after losing Oliver. So no signing yet with Mike Pennel. I know there's some rumors flying out there, but at the time of this recording, nothing has been official. But I don't hate bringing him back on, but I truly think that you need to bring someone on with him. He can't just be the only move you make at the trade deadline. It's just not going to work. So what else could the Chiefs do? Well, usually I bring up, here's a player. Here's what you might have to give up pick-wise. Well, what if we did a player-for-player swap? I know I don't talk about that a lot here on the channel, but there is a possibility here. And if you look at it, it begins with Tennessee. The Chiefs have no picks after the 5th round in 2026. That's why I'm so nervous about just giving picks away right now. I kind of want to hold on to something. So it's time to get creative. You don't want to give up any more of those tradable picks. So you look at Joshua Williams. You trade him to Tennessee. What does Tennessee give you? Well, they give you a defensive tackle and Sebastian Joseph Day. Straight player swap. No fluff in between. Tennessee has blown up their secondary. Brownlee to the Jets, McCrary to the Rams, both for day 3 picks. Williams is being squeezed out of his role here with the Chiefs. Joseph Day, he's that vet anchor. He's the edge setter. He's going to stabilize the rotation for you. There's no cap hit, no picks lost, just some clean roster math here. I think it's very possible too. I think it's something that Tennessee would look at. So turn surplus corner into help that you need right now. It's smart, it's low risk, and it's high reward. Will the Chiefs do it? I'm not sure. But hey, if you want to save some picks, you got to go the player-for-player swap route. And that's just one option. Well, that is all that I have for you guys on this lovely Wednesday. As I mentioned, episode 100 of Cheifs Latest. I thank you guys for all the love and support along the way. Let's try to get to that 1,000 subscribers by the end of December. If you haven't already, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. And let me know in the comments what you think about adding Mike Pennel, what you think about adding a running back, and which running back you would want. And do we need some more D-line help, or will Mike Pennel be enough? Once again, guys, let me know in the comments because I want to start reading your comments live on the episode. I want to get back to that, so leave all the comments that you have. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm your host, Calvin Silvers. You are listening to Cheifs Latest, and until next time, have a good one.